Hello, this is the Timeless Tarot, and today I'm doing a reading for Taurus. Now, I'm hesitating slightly because what I wanted to do was a career and finance reading, and I tried yesterday for Taurus and it was all about love, and so I gave up. Anyway, I'm having another go to look at career and finance, but it's looking very much like a love reading yet again. I will try and get some career and finance into this reading for you, Taurus, to see how you're getting on with that angle of your life. But it seems like love might be more of a factor, but we'll see. Okay, so I've done my usual spread, and bottom of the deck we have Nine of Swords. So you're feeling stressed and anxious about something or about someone, perhaps. I'm going to have another look at the bottom of the deck, and we've got the Hierophant. So something in your life is causing you upset at the moment, and it could be to do with a traditional way of working, or it could be to do with a traditional setup. The Hierophant can talk of marriage, so you could be stressed about a marriage or about a relationship that isn't a marriage, perhaps. But seeing as we're trying to do a career and finance reading, let's take it as tradition. And something about the traditional route is causing you stress at the moment. It could be a traditional role you're in that is causing you stress. Maybe you've given up work to look after children or something, and perhaps that isn't going the way you hoped. Not quite sure. I think we'll have to get a little bit more on that as we go on. No, actually, let's just shuffle and see if anything else is coming out for that. It feels like quite an upsetting time for you, Taurus. And actually, in this, it sort of looks here like you're being told off about something, really. The way he's got his hand raised up there, like he's going to wag his finger at you. So actually, maybe a boss is not very happy with you, or you are struggling to get on with one of your superiors at work, maybe. It could be that. At the centre of the reading, we have the Queen of Cups. This is very much a loving energy. This could be a water sign, feminine, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What's really fascinating here is that what is crossing the Queen of Cups is the King of Cups. So if the situation is being lovely, not knowing how you feel is cutting the situation across. So the King of Cups classically doesn't know how he feels, and that is slowing down your ability to love what you're doing, I think. And that's going back to this. I think somebody you work with is making you feel uncomfortable in a way that's making you feel like you don't know how you feel about maybe your job. Not sure how you feel about it, perhaps. There is something that is causing you a high level of stress at the moment. It could be a marriage or it could be a boss. On the face of things, we have the Four of Pentacles. This is the minor arcana of pride. This could be clinging on a little bit too tightly to things that don't serve you, is really what that is. Let's have a clarifier to see, why do we have the Four of Pentacles in the crowning position? Well, we have the Hermit and the Page of Pentacles to clarify the Four of Pentacles. It's either that you're used to working on your own and that's the way you want it to be, or that you're not used to working on your own and now that is the way it is being, possibly, or that you're having to deal with somebody younger and you'd rather be working on your own. It's possibly that you're having to manage somebody younger and you're not enjoying that, perhaps. Could be that. That maybe you're having to be in charge of somebody and actually you're finding it difficult to deal with them. Possibly. What's underpinning the situation? First, there's another love card. Ten of Cups. Everything is lovely, or you want everything to be lovely. Because it's in the underneath position, this is not obvious to everybody else. So maybe you're trying your hardest at work to keep the peace. This is feeling a bit more like it, that you're struggling to keep the peace at work and that somebody you're dealing with or working with or managing is causing you to feel a little bit unsure about how to proceed, because you want everything to be smooth, and it's not feeling that smooth. Or you want to be in partnership and you're single. Well, it's interesting. We've got two cards of being single here, the Hermit and the Nine of Pentacles. So it's either that you'd rather work alone, or that you would rather be alone in a romantic sense, and that you're struggling to feel happy with the situation. It's just really strange, because these are both really loving energies. And we've already got the King and Queen of Cups, which are also loving energies. 10 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Joy and happiness everlasting, really, this combination is. There's something here about being single. So if we talk about a love situation, perhaps you are newly single and people don't know. Now that might be a thing. Perhaps you are newly single. Perhaps a relationship has broken down. It could be that a marriage has broken down, or a long-term relationship, and people that you work with don't know, and you're trying to keep it private, and you're trying to keep yourself to yourself. It could be that. Because in the past position we have 10 of Pentacles, which is everything you've ever wanted ever. A lovely home, a stable relationship and a family, and plenty of money. So if that is in the past, and what is being hidden in the present is that there is a happy family and a single card, I wonder if you are having to separate, or you have separated from a happy family, that people don't know that you're single again. It could be that. It feels a bit like you used to be happier than you are now. Let's take a clarifier. Why do we have the 10 of Pentacles in the past position? 4 of Cups. Well, a 4 of Cups is not having what you want, having what you don't want, or not having what you do want. So if you've come out of a marriage, it's because it wasn't working for you. And it could have been the traditional nature of it that wasn't working for you, because we've got the Hierophant here, and that is tradition. Possibly. I'm not sure what impact that would have on your working life, though. I suppose it might have changed your working life. If you were a person who stayed at home and looked after children, and now you've split up, perhaps you're now having to work. I suppose that could be different. The Hermit here, the Hermit wants to be on his own. Now we've got the Hermit wanting to be on his own, and he was clarifying the 4 of Pentacles. So you're sort of determinedly clinging on to either being on your own or working on your own. That is what you really, really want. But there is some disruption there with somebody else that you're having to deal with. Yes, interesting. In the future, we have the Magician. So you are manifesting what you want in the future. So let's see what it is you want. Knight of Pentacles. A plan that you're slowly getting together, I think. Or a slow-moving Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Well, this is a masculine energy, but this could be you. It feels to me like you want to be more like yourself. Like something has ended, and you want to be on your own. And in the future, you still want to be on your own, I think. Because this is a slow energy. This Knight is eventually going to present an offer to somebody, but he's moving slowly. I feel like perhaps things have overwhelmed you a bit, and that you're feeling like, I just want to be left alone. And I'm not entirely sure if that is to do with work or relationships. Possibly both. I think actually if you've had something personal going on that has broken up, or that you've left behind, and you're trying to muddle through at work, I think it's all feeling a bit much. And I think you're trying to safeguard yourself for the future. It's that sort of feeling like, I just wish everybody would leave me alone. I want to be alone. And I think this is the situation. It feels like you've had enough of being told what to do, and you've had enough of other people, whether that be at work or at home. Yeah, what a shame. It feels a little bit like you just want to cut yourself off from other people. I don't say permanently, maybe just for a bit. The underlying feeling is that you're struggling with that. I think you used to be happy. Yeah, I'm just really getting a feeling like you want to be left alone. I can't really be clearer than that at the moment. In the personal position, messages, it's like there's too much coming at you, I suppose. Either messages from people or communication toing and froing. Maybe you're getting too many emails at work that you can cope with. It's that sort of feeling that you've got too much correspondence to deal with. Yeah, and you're over it. You've come to the end of it. You've absolutely had enough. It feels like you've had enough of the sort of nonsense that flies around in workplace environment, that you're over it. You can't cope with it anymore. Maybe the environment you're working in has got a lot of people and it's quite noisy and you can't concentrate. It's that sort of feeling. I mean, you've had enough of the setup. And I think I said at the start it could be something to do with a traditional setup. Maybe the setup is not traditional and you're struggling to know how to cope with it. You're over it. There's too much going on, it feels like. In the home position, yeah, heartbreak at home. So it does seem to me that you might have come out of or are unhappy with the home situation as it currently is, because the happy home life was in the past and your happiness has been dimmed in the present. It's not there at the same way it was. And there's heartbreak at home. Let's see what that is. What is the heartbreak at home card about? And don't forget, the centre of this reading, we have a married couple and one is crossing the other. So it could be some sort of breakup, I think. And I think that would probably be why I couldn't do just a career and finance reading yesterday for you, Taurus, because actually at the centre of your life, something more major is going on than your career. So to clarify the Three of Swords, we now have the Five of Swords, which is a battle. Feels like you're on the losing side of a battle, like you've lost a battle. And quite often I read fives as twos and threes, and that would be choosing heartbreak, and we've already got heartbreak. So it's like I don't know if you have chosen it, to be honest. I wonder if the fact that we've got the five to clarify it means that you're heartbroken, but that's because somebody else chose to make you heartbroken, chose the heartbreaking situation, and that you're just living it, is what it feels like. It could be that you chose it. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think somebody else has chosen the situation you're in, and you are heartbroken, sadly. It feels a little bit like there isn't anything much you can do. You know, we've got, these are, no, not all the Swords cards are negative, but quite a few of them are. We've got three quite negative Swords cards here. We've got upset and stress. We've got, we're feeling like you can't cope anymore. Or that actually, that you've given up. You're feeling defeated. You've got heartbreak, and now to clarify it, we've got the Five of Swords, which is somebody chose to do this to you, I think. Oh dear. You know what? I just think you're overwhelmed by the situation, and I also think a bit bewildered. Like, how have I gone from this lovely place to this? How has that happened? I don't know if it has come about very quickly, or if you or your person embarked on a, maybe you just tried to have a conversation and it escalated. I don't know. It feels like you're in a quite a bit bewildered, really. Overwhelmed and bewildered is the sort of feeling I'm getting. It's like things have escalated and you don't know how you've got here, is the feeling I've got. In the hopes and fears position, it's another five, and sadly the fives are not great cards. They're normally cards of disappointment. This five is feeling like there is no joy left. Well, there used to be joy. Currently, there isn't any. Joy's been kicked over. There is still hope, because we've got two cups standing up in the background. But in the hopes and fears position, I think you're fearing that the joy is gone forever. I don't think it has. Let's have a clarifier for the Five of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Right, well, this is interesting. So, just before when I was saying it might have just been a conversation and things have escalated, I wonder if this has been a mutual decision that this relationship can't keep going or won't keep going, and that you've both mutually agreed it, and that's why there's heartbreak. Because I think although the situation can't keep carrying on, it isn't obvious what is better to you. I don't think. The outcome, which is great news, is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a fortunate energy which is going to be bestowed upon you. And don't forget, you're manifesting the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. This is getting what you want and for things to start moving soon. Don't forget though, in order to get what you want, you did have some slow moving energy clarifying the Magician in the future. But the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn anyway. So even if things feel a bit stuck at the moment, you are coming out of this phase. This is quite an unusual reading, I would say, Taurus. I'm still not clear if any of this relates to work. It could do. Please feel free to tell me in the comments. But just to recap, it feels like, well, that's the Queen of Rods. It feels like you're going through some sort of breakup which has not made you very happy, and yet you didn't really have an option. I think you're feeling overwhelmed by the situation, and that like you really want to be left on your own for a bit. This Queen of Wands or Queen of Rods, she's dynamic, energetic, creative, go-getting queen. And to clarify the Wheel of Fortune, which I've just said is bringing you some positive energy, this is a good card to take with the Wheel of Fortune. You will be able to harness this fortunate energy that is coming in. That's good. It's definitely coming in. I should have said at the start, this reading is for the next 4 to 6 weeks. I keep forgetting to say that. But you have got a fortunate energy coming in, and you will know what to do with that, and things will improve. It might feel a bit slow, but things are definitely going to be improving in the future. Do we need to know anything else? Oh yeah, the Lovers. Now this is a choice, or it could be a new love connection, in fact. I'm going to read that with the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Rods. Well, you could be coming into some sort of new partnership, and it could be to do with work. It might be to do with love, but it could just as easily be to do with work. This is about having your creative ideas recognised and your creative fortitude, I want to say. And it feels to me like people are going to recognise what you are good at. That's what that feels like to me. I know the Lovers doesn't look like work, but the Lovers is a choice. So it could be that somebody is going to be taking a chance on you at work, and that is going to bring in a much, much better situation going forward. Now, if that's not work, then it's similar. You're going to be in a better situation going forward, but it could be because of a new partner. Or it could be that your partner recognises you in some way. This is definitely feeling like it's a love reading. And we have the World card as well. So we've got the Ace of Cups and the World. So love could be taking you on a trip to the other side of the world, maybe. Or that love is coming in after the tying up of loose ends. And the tying up of the loose ends is to do with the leaving the situation that you were already in, I think. Yeah, I think here, just at the bottom of the deck here, the Nine of Wands, this is feeling absolutely that, you know, this is the wounded warrior, that you couldn't take anymore. And so if you have come out of a relationship and you are feeling quite stressed about the situation, I think really you didn't have any option. And that's what I was saying before. It felt like it was a mutual energy, that maybe you both decided it. Because we had King and Queen at the start. Feels to me like something has ended and you decided it together. Because for some reason you couldn't take the strain. So for some reason there was a strain on the relationship. Maybe your partner lived in a different part of the world, and actually you were trying to have a long distance relationship, and that couldn't sustain. Sadly, I think that might be a thing. And I think that has left you feeling, like I was saying, bewildered and overwhelmed is the feeling I was getting, because you had a good thing and you still wanted a good thing, but you couldn't keep the good thing going. And yeah, how did you get here? Well, you got here because you didn't really have an option. You both decided that it was taking too much of a toll on you. It was too much of a strain, I think. Sadly. Oh, my deck wants to split into 3. So what I'm just going to do is take those 3 cards. We had Strength, the Empress, and the Knight of Cups. So I was just going to look at the bottom of the deck, and that was the Knight of Cups. You have got an offer of love coming in from somebody else. I think we already talked about that here. So you have got an offer. It's going to be slowish, but you have got one coming. Could be from a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio man. What's coming with that is the Empress and Strength. Now, the Empress is your card. So it's good to have her, even if it's right at the end of the reading. I think you are going to come back into your energy the way you should, but I think you've got a little bit of a struggle first. You're in a situation where everything is feeling currently a bit much and you'd rather be left alone. But eventually you're going to come back into your best energy, and potentially somebody's going to come in with a sweet offer of love for you. Because don't forget, we have the Ace of Cups at the end. So there we are, Taurus. I'm sorry, this was a bit of a hodgepodge of a reading, love and career and finance, but mostly love, really. I hope it gave you some clarity and I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe so that I can read your energy more easily, which will help me to do more accurate readings for you and your situation in the future. And if you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. But until the next time, this has been the TAURUS Tarot. Goodbye.